Okay, you know what advent of code is, and if you don't, go back to day 1. Day 2, password philosophy. Your flight departs in a few days from the coastal airport. The easiest way down to the coast from here is via toboggan. The shopkeeper at the North Pole Toboggan rental shop is having a bad day. Something's wrong with our computers. We can't log in. You ask if you could take a look. Their password database seems to be a little corrupted. Some of the passwords wouldn't have been allowed by the official Toboggan corporate policy that was in effect when they were chosen. To try to debug the problem, they have created a list, your puzzle input, of passwords according to the corrupted database and the corporate policy when that password was set. For example, suppose you have the following list. 1-3A, A, B, C, D, E, 1-3B, C, D, E, F, G, 2-9, C, 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 C. Each line gives the password policy and then the password. The password policy indicates the lowest and highest number of times a given letter must appear for the password to be valid. For example, 1-3A means the password must contain A at least one time and at most 3 times. This is regex. This is a regex problem. I can... Yeah, because you would literally, like, you would do A, and then you would do your curly braces, and you would do 1-3. Oh, but that's gonna get them all in the same order. Are we gonna have to do, like, a look around or something? There's gotta be a way to do this. There's gotta be a way to do this. But this is a regex problem. I rarely get to use regex, and this is just, like, it's perfect for it, because it's password validation and matching. Okay. In the above example, 2 passwords are valid. The middle password, CDEFG, is not. It contains no instances of B, but needs at least 1. The first and third passwords are valid. They contain 1A or 9C, both within the limits of their respective policies. How many passwords are valid according to their policies? To begin, get your puzzle input. Ah! Ooh, okay. Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. Oh, there's a lot of options here. Okay, let's hop over to this. Oh, and last time I realized as I was editing the video that the font here is just tiny and completely unreadable. I think I'll go with 150. If that's too small, tomorrow will be 170. All right, but the first thing that we need to do is we need to create all of our files. So we're gonna start with a day2.txt. Ah, it's early in the morning. This is our input, so we're going to paste that there and save it. I'm going to close this, close that. Then over here in solutions, we're going to make a new file, and this is going to be day2.rb. And if I go to day 1, I can just Control A, Control C, day 2, Control V. I can go up here to the top and I can say, hey, this is day 2 now. Ooh. Also, I don't want to have to write this every single time, so I'm actually going to take this, Control X, and make this file input. And at the top right here, when I'm setting these, I'm just going to say, like, file input equals. And then I can swap this out for day 2. And that way, every time I copy paste this, it's going to be a lot easier. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to scrape out all of this. Scrape out all of that. Let's take out this process. Completely get rid of the find sum method. Let's see. And then if I go here, file input, file.split, remove this set. And let's just start with, like, an array.process. Yeah, because that's what we have, is we have an array of inputs. Okay, so that's our day 2 file to start with. I really like starting with structure, which is, like, why I like how we're doing this. I often get overwhelmed when there's just, like, too many different things to look at. Next, I'm going to do day 2 spec.rb. Lovely. And I'm going to do the exact same thing with this one that I did with the other one. I'm going to come in here to day 1 spec, Control A, Control C, day 2 spec, Control V, close this out, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, hey, I'm actually going to call this day 2, that's going to be day 2, and I'm going to change some of these, so this one's going to be described class.run part, and this is gonna be 1 part 1, 1 part 2, and I'm just gonna, I don't know, is expected to equal 0. How about that? Is expected to equal 0. No, you know what? I'm just gonna strip these if blocks out. I'm gonna keep my context blocks for when part 1 and when part 2, but I'm gonna trim everything else out. And if I make this described class dot new input, what we do here is we pop our sample input in. So I think for this one, I'm kind of deciding how I want to do it, but I like the array of strings, right? Like, I think that's nice. How many passwords are valid according to their policies? So my input here would be this, and we just make each of these individual strings, comma. I really like, because these are more complicated, like actually having this, but I want them to be in a line. Let's see, that comma there, comma, yeah. This should be there. Perfect. Alright, and let set to, I can take this completely out because we're not doing that yet. And this is expected to equal 1. I have 1 invalid example. Let's see. And for sample 2, I don't know what they're going to do for sample 2. They could change the input pattern, or they could stick with the same input and give me different outputs. So I'm just going to put that there, and I'm going to extract that is expected. All right, this feels like a good setup. Yeah, I have everything laid out. I have my spec. I'm going to copy my relative path here, and I'm going to run this. I don't have any expectations. This is just going to check that I've built everything correctly, I think. Oh, it is expected to be 1, and I got 0. Okay, that makes sense, actually. All right, let's see. This should be at input equals input. I think what I want to do is, before I even break into like parsing these, I want to have like a def valid password. And this is going to be, I don't know, we'll just do the whole thing, right? Password. And I'll come in here, and over here in day 2 spec, all I'm going to do is, instead of having this process here, I'm going to do describe valid password, and it's going to be an instance method, even though I don't need it to be. I could just make it a class method. I'm going to tab this in, and I'm going to say, actually this could be a class method. You know what, I'm going to leave this, because at some point I'm going to have a part 1 and a part 2, and I could change my logic based on that. Yeah, that's how I'm going to handle it. And this is going to be described class.new, and this is going to be valid password. I'm just going to pass into here password. So my lets here are going to be just input, and this isn't actually going to matter. Like, it's only necessary so that we can create this. So I'm just going to have like an empty string here, and then I'm going to have a let password, and this whole thing needs to be indented. Yay! And for my passphrase, I'm just going to pull this back as example 1. I like it. I like it a lot. And let's go in. We'll tab all this in. That feels reasonable. And we'll say it is expected to be truthy. So I'm looking at this, and my immediate thought is I need this A, and I need to check how many of them there are inside of this. So My immediate thought in terms of regex, well, I guess my first step is to break it apart into pieces, right? Like I need this 1-3, I need this A, and I need this A, B, C, D, E. So let's kind of like, let's build that part first. There's this really cool thing in Ruby where you can actually name capture groups. So I think what I can do is I can do something like this, where I'm going to say min, and then I'm going to say dash, and this is going to be max. And these are both digits, which is /d in regex. And I need one or more of them. /d, one or more of them. And then what we're going to see is we're going to see a colon. Are there spaces around that? Oops, my bad. Are there spaces? There are spaces. So we have a space. Oh, and then we have the character actually. So let's make another capture group. This should be exactly one word character. And we're going to call this one match. And then there's no space, correct? Yeah, there's no space after that. Then there's a space and there's the password. So we'll put our space here. And then we'll make another one of these and we'll call it password. And I think what I can do is I can do parsed keyword equals password.match. This. I think that works. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a binding.pry in here and I'm just going to see what comes out of this. And up here, in order for me to do that, I need to require pry. Alright, now what I can do is I can just run my rspat. In particular, I'm looking for whatever is in 35, so that's going to be line 40. Sweet! So if I look at my parsed keyword, what do I see? I see nil. What is password? Password dot match all of this, and it says that's nil. Is that right? It says it's nil. Interesting. What if we start with something smaller, right? Like what if we start with just this? Nil. What if we remove that and we just say find digits? Oh, it returned something. Okay, so there's something wrong with the way that in Ruby I'm naming my capture groups. So named capture groups. And a capture group is just a way of like finding something in regex. Yeah. And saying, I want this to be returned. Named capture in Ruby regular expressions. Balance regex /a. $, named captures. Oh, there's a question mark. Oh, there's no colon. Is the question mark important? The question mark is important. Okay. Good to know. So we're gonna do question mark min question mark max question mark match question mark password. We're gonna save that, quit out of this, run it again. Okay. Parsed keyword. Yay! Yes, 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 yes. Min, max, match, password did not work because I didn't capture anything. That's right. Right here, I need to do /w plus. I like my day 2 text. Do I have anything weird in here? Do I have any numbers? I don't see any numbers. I just do words. Okay, so we only need to parse words. Okay. Otherwise, I'd just do like a, I don't know, like a dot star or something like that. Yeah. Alright, let's try this again. Parsed password. Parsed password. Beautiful. A, B, C, D, E. I like it. Good. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to do something like parsed keyword. And we'll say password dot match. Can I inject things? I can inject things. Okay. Perfect. Let's see. You know what? Men. This is getting too long and it's confusing. So let's do min. Wait, can I do the thing? Can I do the cool thing? Let me try the cool thing. Okay, so I have min, max, match equals parsed password min, comma, max, comma, match. I didn't realize I made these all m's, but I like it. I'm a fan. Let's see, so we'll say min. This just becomes max. This is a comma. Let's put some curly braces around it. I like it. Yes. Why are you doing that? Why are you... Is it because I don't have one of these yet? Yeah, that was it. Okay. So then what I need to do is I need to say inside of here, I'd like you to find match. This might be excessive. I probably don't need these square brackets, but you know what? Let's try it. So I know this will work, but I also know that this is ordered. So I think if I come over here and I do something like context, non-sequential characters do. And let's suppose I make this something like, hey, you need to have 2 to 3 A's, and I put this A at the end. I would expect this to be truthy, right? But what I think we'll find is that if I take this off and I run it, ooh, yeah. Yeah, non-sequential characters is expected to be truthy, and it is nil. So this is not yet capturing characters that are at the end of this. Okay, so that's not working yet. Let's look at, I don't know, a regex builder. Yeah. What do we have here? Cheat sheet. Character classes, anchors, escape characters, groups, and look around. So this is a non-capturing group. This is a positive look ahead. Let's see. Exactly 5, 2 or more. Between 1 and 3. Match as few as possible. I think, like, I kind of remember something about, like, look aheads being used for this. But I don't remember what those are, and these are not very good descriptions. So let's look at regex, look ahead. Look ahead and look behind matches. It's kind of like, I know what I need to do is I need to do something like E, parentheses, curly braces, 1, 3. And then what I need to do is I need to be like, hey, this E can have anything with it. So like, dot star afterwards, dot star before. But the problem is that's not going to find me like between 1 and 3 E's. That's going to find me all this nonsense, right? Because this one has 1, 2, 3, 4 E's in it. So we want this one to come up with a false. Can I do like a not E? Let's see, not E, E. Ooh. And I want 3 of these. Exactly 3 of these. Right now it's looking for, can I find between 1 and 3 characters? I thought it was gonna do like the capture group. And this is actually optional. I think there was many before this. Nope. Optional, not E's. Okay, so let's look ahead and look behind. Let's see. I'm looking for this, positive and negative look ahead. You know what I can do? Like, we know what this is. We're looking for password regex. Yep. Password validation, password validation, password validator. This is interesting. Okay, so what does this do? Testing 1, 2, 3. This looks like the same one from before, but it's testing something different. Okay, so what are the rules for this one? So we're saying, let's see. Matches a group after the main expression without including it in the result. Looks like they're just using this question mark equals. Can I specify like how many? This looks like it's saying this. This looks like it's saying at least 8 characters. It's not saying like I need, I don't know, 3 numbers. Yeah, where's numbers? This is numbers, right? So what happens if I'm like, hey, you can have any character and then a digit, but I need between 1 and 3 of these. What if this is like not a digit? Does it not match? No match. Okay, so that's no match. Interesting. Password regular expression library. Strong-ish password. The password's first character must be a letter and it must contain at least 4 characters and no more than 15 characters. Nope. Password must be between 4 digits long and include at least 1 numeric digit. So they're using ./d.48, and they're using this beginning of the string, end of the string, in order to say, hey, password must be between 4 and 8 digits long, and it must have at least 1 digit. I wonder if I can do, like, can I combine those things? Like this question mark equals, and then I've got this capture group, D, and I'm looking for between 1 and 3 of them. Oh, this is optional. Yeah. That didn't work. Let me get star. Oh, that did work. Hang on. What if I say between 3 and 5? Okay, what if I say between 4 and 5? Oh, it doesn't pass. Hang on. 3 and 5 it does pass. 4 and 5 it doesn't pass. Let me check between 1 and... No, wait. We'll say 3. No, we'll say 4 and 5, and then what we'll do is we'll slap a 1 in the beginning. 1. It still passes. And if I take the 1 out, it doesn't pass. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. It's got this question mark equal. This establishes that we've got like a capture group here, and this is like using D for this. Yeah, match 0 or more of the preceding token. What is this? Oh, that suddenly fails it. Oh, I need to add this 1 back in, so I'd have the right number. What if I make this a question mark? Ooh, it doesn't work. Okay, so it does need to be star. Okay, I think this is gonna go through the whole string and look for these. Okay, let's play with this. You give me this. Yes. Do not take that away from me. And I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah, that one didn't work. Rid of this, hang on to that, come over here. Alright, so if I'm in day 2, I'm actually trying to match this. Only instead of 4, 5, this is gonna be max. And then it's gonna be, let's see, min. And then instead of like DG, this is gonna be, hey, give me my match. And we'll put curly braces around this. And then right here, give me not my match. And we can have one or more of those. Like it doesn't matter. Let's see. Match. That up arrow means not in regex. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna say look ahead for this matching group. Don't include it in like the captures. And then we get rid of this section right here because that didn't work. Okay, so if we go to day 2 spec and I run this now, I only have 1 failure. It's expected to equal 1. And the reason for that is I'm not validating these passwords yet. Okay, so in process, I'm going to take my @input dot count if hey, I think I can get away with curly braces here. Is there like a count unless? I think that's what I want to do. Because I want to be like, hey, at my input, here's my password. Check if this is a valid password. Can I? I don't know if I can do the ampersand dot thing. I don't know. Let me look at Ruby count if count array returns the number of elements if an argument is given, counts the number of elements which equals object using equals equals. Can I just invert this here? Can I just call this invalid password? And just say like not, and then over here I can just do invalid password, right? I can do that. That's legal. That's allowed. It's permissible. All right, I've got this saved. I can't look. Oh, valid password doesn't exist. And what is this? Undefined method count if for array. Did you mean count? I did mean count. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that adjustment. Also, what we're going to do in here is we're going to say this is now invalid password, and nothing else needs to change because this subject block is what I'm calling inside of these. These is expected means expect subject. It makes renaming so much easier when you have good subject blocks. But you failed. Because these are actually reversed now. So this is falsy. This is falsy. And then what was the context? Non-matching password. Yay! Do end. And if we go take a look at our example up here, this one was the one that didn't match because it doesn't have a B. So we just have to say let password. I should probably have done this test as well. But you know what? We would have caught it anyway. Here we go. And we'll say it is expected not to be truthy. It is expected to be truthy. Just kidding. Okay. It is expected to be truthy. Space there. Space there. Formatting looks good. Let's run this. For example, 0 failures. Yes. Okay. Now, if I gotta run win part 1, it, I don't know, is expected dot to equal 0. Am I calling this yet? I'm not calling this yet. I am calling this. I'm passing in an array. It's my input, and I process it. Input.count. And when I call process, I pass it as an input, right? Yeah. Okay. So this is tested. Like, this is actually factually tested. Also, can't I where is it? Solutions. Can't I auto run these? Enable auto run. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, run these. Okay, uninitialized constant day 2, day 1. 2, day 1. 2, day 1. Ah. How about we say day 2? Self.new? Failed. Day 2. Failed. Very cool. What's the failure? Undefined method for nil.nil class. Undefined method for nil.nil class. Okay, well, where did that happen? Do you have additional information? That happened in invalid password. Okay. For nil.nil class. Press in, press in. I want to do a binding.pry, and I only want to call this unless there's a parsed password. So call binding.pry unless there's a parsed password present, and then what we'll do is we'll call this through rspec. Yes, I meant parsed keyword. Is that gonna run? Like, is that gonna be an issue? Let's see, output, tasks, test explorer, no, extensions, no. I thought normally it would show me like in test explorer what was happening. Debug text, terminal, problems, output. I can cancel this test run though and just hop over to terminal and run this here. Perfect. Okay, so what is parsed keyword? It's nil. Okay, what is password? 2-5. My split is not splitting based on the line. There we go. Now we know exactly what the problem is. So to look at my file and I split this, I only want to split this on new line. Okay, if I try this again, 343. Well, there are that many lines. How much do I trust my code? 343. That's not the right answer. Your answer is too low. If you're stuck, make sure you're using the full input data. There are also some general tips on the About page, or you can ask for hints on the subreddit. Please wait 1 minute before trying again. You guessed 343. Darn, I wish it gave me like any sort of output that would let me know like what went wrong. You know what I mean? But I am kind of light on my tests right now anyway. Ooh, I've got 16, 17. 9 to 15. Am I accounting for that? I am. Here's multiple digits. Min, max, match, min, max, match, password. And this did not hit, right? Okay, so 343 was not the right answer. Where did things go wrong? Let me, I'm gonna do a binding.pry here. And tell me what you found. Yeah, what does my array look like? That looks correct. That's all of these. Okay. Let's see. When I go into process, yeah, this input.count, invalid password. I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna binding.pry. I'm not gonna finish all of these, but I want to kind of look at one or two of them. Password, invalid password, password. Parse password. First of all, what is my password? 2-5Z ZZZZZ. So that should pass, right? And we're gonna say min, max, match. Okay. And then I want to know, does this match this? False. Wait a second. Oh, wait a second. Oh, wait, I might know what's happening here. Let me exit. Exit, exclamation mark. We're done. Okay, so here where I've got match, this is how you make that a Boolean. You can do like match question mark. Let's rerun these. So static. Okay, so let's see. I've got password. Yes. And then I want to know, is this true or false? False. So this would be true, right? Which means that we did find this, and it matches. Yeah. So that is correct. And if I run this without this question mark, it gives me match data. And what if I tried to look for, like, instead of not match, I did something weird. Like I said, like, look for, what's something that's not present in this? C. And I'm trying to match on C. Nil. Oh. Okay, so this probably was already working. And if I remove this binding.pry, and I save this, and I run this, yeah, we get 343 again. I don't know if I did it. Is there anything where, like, it's weirdly formatted, or like there's more than one character? No. And I do /d plus, so we should be able to account for it. You know what? I'm gonna take one of these. 15 to 17. Day 2 spec. Because I don't really know what's happening here. My number of invalid passwords is too low. Let's see. So we'll call this double-digit numbers. Do and let, and we'll say password. And we'll paste this in. Gotta put some quotes around it. And we'll just say it is expected to be falsy. Because I haven't counted, but that looks like 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah. So that is not an invalid password. And this passes. So it's definitely not a double-digit thing. We have now managed to say it is not a double-digit thing. Let me read this again. How many passwords are valid? How many passwords are valid? How many passwords are valid? What's valid? Valid. Truthy. I'm gonna copy this. Truthy. Truthy. Falsy. Hop over here to day 2. Valid password. Valid password. Save it. When it said the number was too low, I should have assumed I should have been like, that's gonna be it. That's gonna be the problem. Right, so what are you fussing about? Ah. I'm gonna take away that. Alright. Check it now. Okay, is expected to equal 1. Got 2. Yep, that makes sense, because we do not have 1 invalid, we have 2 valid. Where is this? Here it is. You are now supposed to be 2, and the correct answer is 657. I don't know if this is the real correct answer, but it's what it says it is. Alright, 657. What? That's not the right answer. Your answer is too high. If you're stuck, make sure you're using the full input data. There are also some general tips on the About page, or you can ask for hints on the subreddit. 657 was too high? Okay, so I'm saying some of these are valid that are not valid. Rude. Two to 3 characters. 1 to 3 characters. I have no idea if this is actually valid or not. Let's read the puzzle again. Each line gives the password. For example, 1-3A means that the password must contain A at least 1 time, and at most 3 times. In the above example, 2 passwords are valid. The middle password, CDEFG, is not. It contains no instances of B, but needs at least 1. Okay. Let's see. So this is 4, 5. Match between 4 and 5 of the preceding token. Yeah, that's invalid. Because this is a min and this is a max. Min max. It's very difficult when you don't know which one is the issue. Like this right here, that's invalid. In part 1, expected to equal to, run this whole thing again. 6 examples, 0 failures, except that this one is invalid. And I don't know what this one is. Like, I don't know what the problem is the problem. Let's see. I'm just gonna like skim through here and grab some examples, hoping to find something. 3 to 14, MMMZM. That should be truthy, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, that should be truthy. And I'm pretty sure it is. Huh. Expression library, day 2. Okay, let's look at this. Parse password. Password.match min-max. Get up to 2 however many digit characters. Space. Find my match character. That's going to be 1 word token. Then we have our colon. Then we have our password. That's going to be many word tokens. And then I say, hey, find anything that matches. It's got to be a not match, and then a match, and it's got to have between min and max characters. And we've done like both of those. We've done, you know, let's look at our examples under valid passwords. We say, the input is blank, yeah, that's fine. We say 1-3, A, B, C, D, E, it's expected to be truthy, that's true. Non-sequential characters, A, B, C, D, E, A, that's true. Non-matching password, that's false. Why don't I try this one? We'll just check. Because we know this one's supposed to be, well, we know that one's working because this is passing, and we know it's expected to equal 2. Alright, day 2.text. We've got too many passing. Too many are declared valid, and some of them are not. Some of them are not. Maybe I can output whether they're valid or not. I don't wanna, how many files? I don't want to check like 1,000 records by hand though. Yeah, there's exactly 1,000 records. I'm not checking that by hand. Sorry. 1 to 11T. I could grab this one and be like, hey, context. Weird looking 1, 2, and let password, curly braces, tick marks, paste. We've got at least 1 T and we've definitely got less than 11, so it is expected to be truthy. Yep. Who's broken? Who's returning? Who is returning valid when it should be returning invalid? Also, why are you still failing? Oh, you're still failing because I have the one at the top that fails. Yeah. Let's see, 657. And if I just submit 657 again, my answer is too high. If you're stuck, make sure you're using the full input data. There are also some general tips on the About page, or you can ask for hints on the subreddit. Day 2 solutions. Did day 1, day 2 in encode. Let's see. Day 2, lost an hour in my mind because of a partial download of the input. Password policies using regexes. Let's see. The regex should match the password if and only if it is valid. The regex should be constructed to contain the 3 policy values min, max, car, or however you want to call them. The less processing you require to construct the regex, the better. Let's see. Part 1. So it does not care, not care, care, not care, min, max. They do this not character could be one or many at the beginning. And they do this not character at the end too. Also, they didn't need any look forwards or look backward. This has got to be something dumb. This has got to be something like there's no other explanation. Like it has to be something really dumb. Like min, max, match. Parse keyword password dot match. And then I say not a match, many, match, not a match, 0 to many, and I want min to max examples of this. That's literally like someone included that as an answer here. Because that was somebody else's like regex answer there. Read, range, split, map, letter count, password dot count. And they just count for it. I mean, I could do that. It's just boring. Why would I do that when I can create a different regex and then I can potentially handle multiple patterns. Fine. Password.count. I'm gonna comment this out. I want it to come back. Parsed keyword password count. And we're looking for match. And we want, let's make this count equals, and we would just say count is greater than or equal to min, and count is less than or equal to max. How does this change things? Oh! Comparison of integer with string failed. Ah. Sorry about the noise. It's leg cats. I got a different number. I got a different number. That's unexpected. Okay. What? I don't know. I don't know. One or many of not the match. The match. I remove this. And I comment out this. And I comment out this. And I uncomment this. And I save this. And I run it. What do I get? 656. $460 valid passwords. 460 valid passwords. 460. Huh. Well, continue to part 2. Oh, okay. The shopkeeper suddenly realizes that he just accidentally explained the password policy rules from his old job at the sled rental place down the street. The official Toboggan corporate policy actually works a little differently. Each policy actually describes 2 positions in the password, where 1 means the first character, 2 means the second character, and so on. Be careful, Toboggan corporate policies have no concept of index 0. Exactly 1 of these positions must contain the given letter. Other occurrences of the letter are irrelevant for the purpose of policy enforcement. Given the same example list from above, 1-3A, A, B, C, D, E is valid. Position 1 contains A and position 3 does not. Wait. Exactly 1 of the positions must contain the given letter. 1-3B is invalid. Neither position 1 nor position 3 contains B. 2-9 is invalid. Both position 2 and position 9 contain C. Well, that one seems like a really straightforward one. But it's disappointing. And this is supposed to be 460. Well, let's get started on part 2. I guess the first thing that we want to do is we have valid password. And I think, no, you know what the first thing that we want to do is? Okay, if I go back over here to day 2, we want to say initialize part at part equals part. And then over here, we're just going to say, I think I'm just going to pass that in. I'm really sad that this didn't work. It makes me very sad. I think what this is, so it looks like I can pass in a count, a min, and a max. I don't know how that worked with that space there. Let's see. Did this just fail? Sorry, let me check that real quick. That just failed. Wrong number of arguments. given 1 expected 2. Ah. That makes sense, actually. Because over here, what I need to do is when I call initialize, we're just going to pass part in directly. I think what I can do is I can just say if at part equals 1, do this. Actually, I don't need that. Sorry, I just went into like, I don't know. I just went into like JavaScript mode there. Then what I can do is I can say else, and inside this else we can say if its part is equal to 2, then what I actually want to do is instead of treating this as min max, I want to say, let's see, parsed keyword, you know what? Just make this password. Let's see, I'm gonna say password. They said it's not 0 index, so we'll do min plus 1. Yeah, and that should be character 1. And then we'll say character 2. I'm gonna keep this. I wanted this to work. I wanted this to work very, very badly. I might come back and try and get this to work. That is 100% the sort of person that I am. Let's see. Yes. What if I'd just done like this number behind it? Right? Like match, 0 or more, or like match, not match, not match. Min max. Later. She said, right before trying it. Comment that one out. Extract this one. Excellent. So this is character 1 and this is character 2. Car 1 equals I'm trying to think about the nicest way to do this. Because what I could do is I could do something like car 1, comma, car 2 dot include, what is it, match, and car 1 not equal to car 2. And I think that should work. If I look at valid password, when part 2, it is expected, and we'll do our usual to equal 0. We'll save it. No implicit conversion of integer into string. Excellent. If I look at those, min plus 1, I think what I can actually do is right here, when I do this, I can just do 2i, 2i, and then I can remove these. And then we can just treat these as normal. Let's see, include match, char 1 not equal to char 2. If I comment this one out and save it. Ooh, what's broken? What's failing? Undefined method include for space Z. Did you mean include? What is the space? Why do you have a space? Don't have spaces. No spaces. This is /W. What is password? Parts password. Oh. Parsed p-word. And we called it password. Which means over here, I can just do password.count. I think it's even cleaner. Alright, let's try that again. Wrong number of arguments given 1, expected 2. That makes sense. Now if I come over here, what I can do is I can just say really easily invalid password. I can put a comma here, and I can put a part, and I can take all of this, and I can just say context when part 1 do, and I can take all of this, I can tab it in and end this. Context when part 1. And then the other thing I need to do in here is I need to say let part 1. I like these auto-running specs. Yay, these all pass. This one fails, that's good. Undefined method include for tv.array. Did you mean include with a question mark? I always mean include with a question mark, and I always forget that it has a question mark. Let's see. I'm gonna say this. Wrong number of arguments given 1, expected 2, described class, sample 1, input, comma, part. So right here for sample 1, we would just say let part 1. I think what I can even do, let's see, so I can put a context block around this, because I think it has the same example. When part 1. Tap this in, end this, let part 1. Yay! And then we have a context here. When part 2. And we'll just say let part 2. Let's see. It is expected .2 equal, and what was our answer here? This is valid, this is invalid, this is invalid, so we expect 1 to be returned from that. Save. Failed. Expected 1. Got 0? They're all invalid? That doesn't seem right. Let's take a look at this. So I can actually minimize this, hop down here, and say context. When part 2. Do end. And I can say things like let password. Add some curly braces. Add some quotes, and I can pick a password. Preferably a password from here. So 13A ABCDE is valid. Okay, here it is. I'm really sad the regex didn't work. I was really looking forward to that working. It is expected. Yep. To be truthy. That's gonna be valid passwords. Undefined local variable or method part for RSpec example group valid password. So if I go over here and I take a look at this, at part equals 1. When part 2. Yep. That's because I'm missing this part. Save it. Yay, expected true and got false. Excellent. Why? You know what I can do? I can pop over here, and I can say binding.pry. Come over here, and I can run this rspec. I'm looking in particular for 29, so that's going to take me directly to my failing one. What? That was not what I expected. Cute. Quit. I don't want to do this for every single one. Is this only the right one? I think it's only the right one. Yeah, because it is this one. Alright, so let's look at this. Car 1 is S. Password is this. Password was rewritten, right? Yes, it was. Okay, so that makes sense. What is min? Min is 2. Max is 7. Min is 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. How did that happen? How did password min plus 1 return S? What is password min? Password min is G. That's 3. What? Okay, what is password 0? Z, that's correct. 1 is R. 2 is G. No? Did I reverse those? Hang on. If I'm looking for 2... Oh, I need to subtract 1. Yep. I need to subtract 1 from both of these. There we go. Let me just exit. Exit. Exclamation mark. Q. Exit. Thank you. We'll run this again, and I'm going to remove this binding.pry. Oh! Perfect! That ran. And this? That's not the right answer. Your answer is too high. Yay. Well, I don't have very many test cases. I wonder why this one is giving me so much trouble. Let's see, so that one's a truthy one. Let's put some falsy contexts in here then. This one worked though. That one worked though. Oh, that's not going to though. Hang on, we'll run this again. This is supposed to be max. Run it again. Okay, that looks better. 251. 251. What? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yay! Alright, that is day 2. It was really nice hanging out with y'all, and I will see you tomorrow. Oh, thank you so much for watching. We've got Discord, private leaderboard, all sorts of stuff. My GitHub repo is in the description down below. Bye!